Yo, 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 welcome back to another episode of the post game. I'm here with my boy Elijah,
Eli NYC.
here my boy Darron,
Yo, 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 what's going on, man? Hold up, I'm stepping outside real quick so I can give me some nice sunlight.
and today we'll be talking about week one of the NFL. I know it's been long awaited, and now it's finally back.
Yep.
Me myself being a Saints fan, Elijah being a Packers fan, and Darron, who do you like?
Man, I ain't even gonna cat to you, bro. Like, I don't even like football like that. But like, you feel me? You feel me? If I'm gonna watch it, I'm gonna either go for Houston or I'm gonna go for Carolina when they ain't tripping, bro. But Carolina tripping, bro.
Well, they won week one, but we'll talk more about that here soon. We'll talk about that more here soon. But the first game we're gonna start off by talking with is Dallas and the Bucks. It was a Thursday night game. It was a really good game. Any of y'all caught it?
Well, I was hoping for the Cowboys to win. Dak had a field day. He did
He
good.
had a really good game.
He had an amazing game. But they still up against Brady. The Bucks. Bucks have good defense, talented. Still got the offense. Still looking strong and good. So
This
it was a
man
good
Brady
game.
is the GOAT.
Brady is a GOAT. He is. Just to give us some quick stats about that game. Dak Prescott had 400 yards, 3 tubs, and a pick. Ezekiel Elliott went completely ghost, in my opinion, in that game. He had 11 carries for 33 yards, which is like, for the amount of money he's making, it doesn't really make sense to me. I think next week they'll probably try to utilize him more, but that was just, I don't know, a little lackluster from him. You also get to see Brady looking like just like he's 15 again with 4 touchdowns and like 2 picks, but they were like, picks that weren't really his fault and like really didn't really matter. But Brady passed for 379 yards, which is insane. Antonio Brown, y'all. Let's talk about
He's
that
back.
guy.
He's
Man,
back. Looking good.
Yes, sir. AB. And
100. Go ahead.
one of the crazy things about Brady is just like we see it all the time, like these quarterbacks and stuff that it's not an easy position to play. Like the older you get,
100%.
Your arm strength starts to deteriorate. But it just seems like Brady. It seems like he's getting better almost like every year, like since he's been in the league. So like that's really interesting to see because I remember like I said, like when Brett Favre was getting, Brett Favre used to be pretty good, and then when he got old, you could just tell it was over. But it's just like with Brady. Nah, you don't know. Like next year, he might be even better than this year. You feel me?
You know what it reminds me of? And I want y'all to listen to me. It reminds me of like the goats in sports. Like you have Jordan, Bron, MJ. Jordan, Bron, and Brady and Kobe, and like Brady. And so you look at those guys, and it's like they do this job for what 15, 20 years, right? And they perfect it. Like, and it's almost like it's clockwork. Like you see Jordan is a clinic, still probably can still go out there and get you a bucket if you really wanted to.
Take me Jordan on my team right now. I guarantee you we'd be in anybody.
Exactly. Anybody. And then you look at like LeBron, it's like what he in year 18, is it? I don't really know. I don't
His 18th year. His 18th year.
He's in like year 18 and it's almost effortless for him. Like he doesn't we expect LeBron to score 28 points a game with 8 assists and like 3 boards or something, and it's like these guys, these goats over years and years and years of like perfecting their crafts, they've become like, easy with it. Like it's become like clockwork for them. So
like they get better.
Yeah, 100%. And so like
think about it, they still in their prime.
Yeah, honestly, and it's like their prime is like stretched out so far because of how great they are at the sport that they play. But yeah, Antonio Brown, man, like Brady, I'm gonna piggy off of what you said, Darron. Like Brady makes everyone around him better, right? Like he brought Antonio Brown, who was not in the best shape, who was honestly like not gonna be picked up by any team.
But that was because of legal reasons. But we can't speak on
but at the same time, it's like he was still a hot hit for a team, though.
Yeah,
like you saw what he did in New England. Like he was a hot hit, and it didn't work out for them. But for him to have 5 receptions, 121 yards, and 7 touchdowns is absolutely impressive. And I'll give
Like,
all credit to
that
Brady.
is crazy.
Yeah, you gotta give it all.
7 touchdowns? That's
No, no.
video game.
No, oh yeah, no. But like it's insane, man. And big credit to that whole team. Dallas looked good though. Both of these defenses looked like they were still in the preseason. They both didn't really care. Like there was a total of 3 interceptions, but at the same time, it's like a total of 60 points were scored. So I don't know. I think defenses for both of these teams are still kind of questionable.
I got something to say.
Yeah.
With the Bucks wide receivers, can we talk about Cowboys as well? Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, they did good too.
I mean, listen, going into at the end of the first half, because I actually watched this game, which never happens. Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb, they weren't really like, that producing much. And Dallas, I think, were down by I think it was 12 points or something at half. I don't remember. But but they instantly turned on in the second half. Mark Cooper with 13 receptions, 139 yards, 2 tubs for fantasy. For my fantasy team, that was fantastic. And
I was going to say like that. I know for the fantasy players.
Huh?
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was saying, like, I know for the fantasy players, I know y'all was having a field day with them numbers.
Oh yeah, I had a great time with these numbers.
I ain't gonna speak on that. That was terrible.
And then CeeDee Lamb with 7 receptions and 104 yards is that's pretty. Hey, Dak looked fantastic, by the way. Like he looked like he didn't miss a beat.
He came back playing.
Looked like he deserved all the money he got this offseason, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but all in all, this first game, honestly, that Thursday night game was a really good game, and kudos to the NFL and both of these teams for making it entertaining, right? Like it was great time for me. Anything else about
this? Is my only thing I want to say about like the Cowboys, but really just about the game in general. Like I feel like even though it's week 1, and what I'm saying, like you still got time to make up for it and all that. I feel like the Cowboys really needed to win this game because, like,
agreed.
Just in terms of talking about like the Buccaneers, like this happened last year. Like, what I'm saying, the Buccaneers got off to like a kind of slow start, right?
Yeah.
And then they just got hot. So this is obviously a team that once they get hot, once they get rolling, it's hard to slow them down. And if Brady only needs like 8 wins to make it to the playoffs?
No, I think it's a little bit more these days. I think these days it's more like 12 or 13.
At least 12, at least 10, 10 just to make it to the wild card, at least. So.
Yeah,
10,
I agree.
So he needs 10 wins, and he already has one of them. You know what I'm saying? So I guess what I'm saying is it just would have been nice to see the Cowboys slow him up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Just for the league, for the competition of it.
Yeah,
get some headlines.
I think it's funny because at that last 2 minutes of the game, it was crazy that Dallas just went down and scored, and it was like 1:24 left, and I looked at my friend who I was with, and I was like, that's way too much time. I was like, that man's about to walk down the field and score.
Yeah, sure enough.
And he honestly, it's funny. It was clockwork for that kid, for that guy. He walked down the field.
It was under a minute.
Oh yeah, no, it was
under a minute.
It was okay, they all knew what was needed to happen. They all knew how this was gonna happen. Boom, boom, boom. It was perfect. And honestly, no one else in the NFL can do that. I'm just gonna be handing that. No, not that they can do that, but no one else can do it as good as he did. That was perfect. That was perfect. Yeah. And it was man, it's eye-opening to see he still has it. He still has that at 45 years old.
Amazing. Tom Brady, everybody.
Tom Brady, everybody. Thankfully, it's just week 1, though. Oh, man. But, Elijah, you got anything else to say about that? Or you good?
No, I got nothing to say. Well, do want to point out, correct you. They was down by 5 when the first half was over. It was 16-21.
Appreciate that. Yeah, I was a little off. Wrong game. But, moving over. Next game, we got very surprising game for most people. We got Jacksonville Jaguar versus the Houston Texans. So I'm going to say this, and I've said this on multiple podcasts talking about it, but Trevor Lawrence to me is not that guy. He's just not. I think it's because he's been in a system in Clemson where they don't play anybody. Like they don't play very high and experienced cornerbacks every week. And it honestly, him walking into this now, he threw 3 interceptions, which were terrible, like terrible balls. Like the cornerbacks and safeties just lurked it out of the way, and they just weren't good passes at all. But he also finished with 3 touchdowns and 332 yards. Like it's
It's good stats, but it's bad stats. So
I think if the 3 interceptions weren't on there, he would have had a great game. But it wasn't, and he honestly just didn't look like he was NFL ready, which sounds a little harsh, but he was lacking in the ability to like read cornerbacks and safeties, in my opinion. That's what it looked like to me.
Yeah.
But Houston Texans, though, y'all, like
that was surprising.
no one came into this.
H-Town.
No one came into this season
that.
looking at the Houston Texans to win it at all. I think, honestly, looking at these two teams, they're two of the worst teams in the league. But Tyrod Taylor put on a clinic with almost 300 yards and 2 touchdowns. Actually looked really good. Threw some nice balls. But Brandon Cooks coming back to life. Wish he never left the Saints, but he did. With 5 receptions, 123 yards. Just a beast. Just
going crazy.
Just insane. But this game is pretty much like, there's not really much to talk about these two teams. These two teams probably won't make the playoffs, so they won't have a postseason showing. But it was Texans won 37-21, which is a lot of points for Houston, man. Their offense, it might be Jacksonville's defense, but their offense looked like they can put points up. So that's all that matters, man.
I just think that like for both of these teams, like this year will be a lot of learning, a lot of growing. So
Agreed.
Of course, and even with the whole thing with Trevor Lawrence, it's just like like you said, like those interceptions messed him up. But I wouldn't. If I'm the coach, I'm okay with like 1, maybe 2 interceptions.
Oh, completely. I completely agree. Yeah.
I just feel like that's gonna happen. Since he's a young quarterback still, and the more he plays, the more he's in game, he'll learn how to read a little bit better.
Yeah,
definitely. But yeah, I feel like you said, like for both of these teams, since playoffs is not really no vision or no, you know what I'm saying,
a rebuild time.
Yeah. This is a good time for both of the teams to take some time and just rebuild, see what they can work on.
Yep.
What are our strengths? What do we need to get? Like,
and also like when you look at the Texans are a team full of like misfits that they brought together. If we're gonna be honest, like they're just a bunch of there's a bunch of like injured or old or young players that don't really like know where they would need to fit at in the NFL, but like they're all on a team. Like they have Mark Ingram and Philip Lindsay and Brandon Cooks, Danny Amendola, like just a bunch of guys who just I don't know, like a bunch of I don't know guys, but we'll see how these two teams look for the rest of the season, and we'll stay tuned to them as well.
The best Houston team was when they had Andre Johnson, Arian Foster. I don't know who the quarterback was. I think it was like Matt Schaub or something.
Schaub, yeah. And they still didn't go anywhere with that offense. Ridiculous. Yeah. But anyways,
crazy.
Next game. This was a interesting one. We got the Washington football team and the LA Chargers.
LA looked good, man.
Did they though?
No.
I think they look good, man.
Well, you got to realize they was playing against Washington
a really good
defense. That's a good defense.
A really good defense, yeah.
If they can hold Bucks off, they can hold any teams on, it seems like. So
I agree. Justin Herbert didn't look terrible.
He didn't do good.
But
it's not a game that you expect from him.
Yeah, no, but I think he had a slow start. Okay, again, like this is the first game of the NFL. I mean, like the season. People's gonna have a little bit of time to get back into form, but still throwing up 337 yards looks good. Like that's still a good time, but I think for this whole game, it was a defensive battle, which is surprising me that like, I know that Washington doesn't have a great offense, but I saw that Ryan Fitzpatrick went down, and so yeah, we'll see. I think he's placed on IR, and so we have no idea what Washington's quarterback's going to be. I know so many people are talking about, let's let Ron Rivera get Cam and see how that goes. Y'all think Cam can fit in Washington?
Sign Tim Tebow.
Sign Tim Tebow.
Bring Tim Tebow back.
Man, wait on it. They wouldn't even look at that man. I think honestly they could probably look at Cam.
I can see Cam at Washington.
I can too.
I need Cam or Cap. That's only two people.
Cap's not going. Cap's done, bro.
Cam or Cap.
Cap's done.
He's done for.
But I think Cam might be a big shout. Actually, I really do. I really do think they might pick him up this week.
And if they get Cam better go crazy because I'm tired of Cam Newton, man. I'm tired of him.
Listen, you want to hear my opinion about Cam Newton?
He just hurt.
That means stop with the hurt, bro. If you're gonna play, then don't give me no excuse. Stop with the being hurt, bro. I'm so sick of he just hurt. He not
You're
hurt.
just sick of it. You're just sick of it, but it's true.
What do you mean he's hurt? He's been hurt for the past 6 years. Then how about that? How about that?
Really though?
How about that?
Yeah, he hasn't recovered.
Oh, then get off the
right
field.
back on He threw him right back on the field.
Get off the field then. Don't give that man an excuse of that because he's hurt or because he's not playing well. He's not playing well.
Like you hate on Cam.
I don't hate on Cam. I'm not a hater. Y'all are blind. Look at the numbers. He's not good. What is it?
I mean, he still put up the rushing yards.
He's not good. Stop giving that man excuses.
Cam Newton is trash.
He is. Let's just be honest, man. He's garbage. And clip it. I don't care. He's not good.
I just feel like everybody wants Cam to win so bad, and I don't know. Maybe it's a head thing for him. Like maybe he lets all the, stuff outside of football get to his head. Because he is popular off the field. You know what I'm saying? Like a household name. So I guess maybe that might be something that's getting to him.
Let me tell you what it is.
But it's just like
he is an arrogant, big-headed football player who thinks because he got an MVP and because he led his team to the Super Bowl that he should be a starter on any team in the NFL. Get out of here. He's a pile of garbage.
And that mindset wouldn't be wrong if he's actually coming in and producing. Like
exactly. If he was actually if he was producing like any of those starters are, let me tell you why. Let me perfect example. You see why Ryan Fitzpatrick starts on every team because he produces, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
That is
Cam
true.
doesn't do that. If Fitzpatrick
Ryan
got hurt, if Fitzpatrick didn't get hurt, he wouldn't be talked about right now. He'd be still sitting at home for the rest of the season. And that's if he gets picked up.
That's true. That's a good point.
I'm just saying, I'm done with the Cam excuses. I'm done with them. It doesn't make sense to me.
Davion's over Cam Newton.
I am, but Keenan Allen looked good. 9 receptions, 100 yards. Mike Williams, 8 receptions, 82 yards. I think the offense for the Washington football team needs to pick it up a bit actually. They probably need to get a good, reliable quarterback. That's what they need. But but with Fitzpatrick going down, it'll be a rough for at least 6 weeks. I saw he's on IR, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully, Justin Herbert can pick it back up next game. And that offense and defense can start working out. Next game, Seattle and the Colts. Oof.
Now that was a disappointing game because
for what team?
Colts.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm for the Seahawks. I expected Seahawks to come out. But the Colts, I was kind of a little shocking on that. Wasn't expecting that from them. But you gotta understand. I guess they gotta get new to Carson Wentz and his play style.
Honestly,
I don't know. But the defense also didn't show up either. So
that's what I was going. Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. I think the Colts defense just went blind and just didn't pay attention whatsoever. Letting Russell Wilson put up 28 points. That's a whoo.
Mm-hmm.
And Carson
why Russell Wilson went crazy that game? Sierra said, "Shoot, you win the game. You know what I got for you." That's all he needed.
Hey,
let
man,
my wife be Sierra. I'm putting up 400 yards every game.
I promise God. Nah, but listen, Russ Wilson went 18 for 23, 254 yards, 4 tubs. Hey, my big bold prediction this season was that the Seahawks were going to make the playoffs. I might be biting my tongue, man. With these numbers, I might be biting my tongue, man. 4 touchdowns. It looked good. Tyler Lockett.
78% completion is good for a quarterback.
Yeah, and they honestly didn't even get DK Metcalf going. He got only 60 yards for reception. So if he gets up in the hundreds, 120s, hey man, this offense is gonna be insane. I think the big question is always gonna be their defense though. They didn't have to perform against much with the Colts, but when they go up against like a high-powered offense like Dallas or the Saints or anybody else or the Chiefs, like are they gonna be able to produce and hold an offense to like 16 points like they did? But Colts a little lackluster and didn't look like they did much. Kind of poor from them, honestly. I think it was the defensive side for the most part, and the 3 and outs need to get cleaned up a little bit. But yeah, Seahawks 1-0.
But I always say this about Russell Wilson because it's been true ever since he's really started. Well, really ever since I've seen him play, he's always consistent. But I feel like if the Seahawks just find 1 or 2 things to tweak, that'll take them over the top. Because Russell Wilson is always consistent. I don't think he's had a terrible season. You know what I'm saying? Not a terrible season.
I agree.
I don't think
last season them last 4 games last season he did was terrible.
I do agree with that. I think
that was a shaky is he losing his touch? What's going on?
I think all in all, he's never had a bad season. He's never had a Cam Newton season. How about that?
Yeah, he's never. Yeah, you feel me? He's never had a questionable season where we got a question: is he still good? You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that. Yeah, I do agree with that.
Yeah, those last 4 games, he must have been going through an argument or something this year or something like that.
Yeah, but I get that.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that. Yeah,
I think when you look at the Seahawks, it's always about their defense, never him. I think in some big moments he makes some mental errors or small mistakes.
He makes questionable things.
Yeah, but I don't think it's a big problem. I don't think he's ever the problem.
Yeah, when it comes to how much he produces, it's if he makes a mistake, then it's not all on him because you know what I'm saying, easily like you said, easily the defense and all that stuff could be a little bit better too. So it doesn't have to feel like it's all on him. He can't mess up.
But you know what I always notice? You're right about that. Is you can't question the offense. You got to question the defense more because if you notice, they lose to close. Most of their games they lose be close games, and it's always because the opposition always has the ball first, and they always score.
Yeah. What am I gonna say? I'm sorry, I just read something. Yeah, I think we look at Seahawks. It's a matter of their defense being back to what it was when they got to the Super Bowl and when they looked like they were a really good team, because their defense right then was great. Russell Wilson was fantastic as well, but I think when we look at Pete Carroll, he's more of all right, let's get this defense back to what it was. And so there's usually never really much hope for Russell Wilson, but you can't really give him any excuses about it. He has Chris Carson, who's a phenomenal running back. You got Tyler Lockett, you got DK Metcalf. That's all you need to have a good offense, right? And so right now they need to start figuring out what they need because they put up 28 points. That's fantastic. So that's good for them. And it'd be interesting to see if they can stay at that level because that division that they're in is ridiculous. They got the Rams and hold on.
The division is, I think it's Cardinals, 49ers, and Rams.
Yeah.
3 good teams.
Yeah.
Literally.
They can all make the playoffs. That whole division can.
That's true.
But
that's true.
I'll be interested to see if who doesn't make it. That's probably one of the hardest divisions this year.
I think Seahawks always been battling the past 2 years.
What is it? NFC North?
The past 2 years, the NFC West been battling.
Oh, the West.
All of them are good.
I think, but when you look at them, it's Rams looked. We'll talk about them later, but they looked fantastic. Niners looked fantastic. Cardinals looked fantastic. All 4 of these teams look great. And so, honestly, this is the division that you don't want to play right now because all their offenses are just unstoppable. And the
And
Rams
another
defense
thing
and the
too,
Cardinals defense are good too. So yeah, go ahead.
that's gonna cause every other team in the NFL to take every game just a little bit more seriously,
Yeah.
knowing that, you know what I'm saying, like just those 4 spots
On
in
the
the playoffs
verge.
might already
Yeah.
be taken.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yep.
But yeah, listen, me being a Saints fan, I really don't want to come against any of those teams right now because hey, we'll talk about my Saints later, but
I got Bucks.
we'll talk about my Saints later. But next game, moving over to one of the home fields, you know, living in the Carolinas. Got the Carolina Panthers versus the New York Jets.
Well, I saw a lot of people out that day. I was going around, I'm like, golly, I see a lot of Panther fans.
Man, how y'all feel about this mess right
That's
here, man?
that's an egg game.
This is a boring game. They put up 0 points in the first quarter. The Jets put up 0 points in the second. And they put up a total of, oh my goodness, like 14-19. Come on, y'all.
Yeah.
I kid you not, like it's crazy how you said, like, I think we was talking about Dallas and Tampa, how you said like they both look like it's still the preseason. I kid you not, like the same way they was playing on Sunday.
Yes,
the same way they was playing on Sunday was the same way when I went to a little preseason game, like a couple weeks ago. Like that's the same exact way they were playing, and it's crazy, man. It's like, are y'all gonna y'all know this for real, right? Like,
you know, that's so funny. That's the perfect way to describe that game as a preseason game. I love it.
But y'all gotta realize though, it's two teams that's like who cares about? But you know, I'll still watch it.
But it's also two teams who a lot of people put a question mark behind this season. Like you put the Jets, like they got a new quarterback. I mean, but but you look at the Jets, it's like they got a new offense, a new coach, got a new quarterback. They have a lot of potential. But you look at the Panthers, it's like they got a lot of weapons. They got Sam Darnold in. McCaffrey's back and looked insane with almost 100 like rushing yards and 90 like receiving yards. What is that? That's nuts. But
they only threat. That's why.
But he shouldn't be though. They have DJ Moore, who's insane. They have Robbie Anderson, who's good. So
yeah, Robbie Anderson. Yeah.
We'll see what happens with them. But yeah, the Saints play the Panthers on Sunday, and I'm excited. But yeah, that's what
y'all gonna win.
We'll talk about that later. I don't want to jinx nobody right now. But yeah, you look at these and it's like, are we gonna get to work yet? We gonna play football for real? This is kind of boring. But yeah, we'll see how these two teams match up for the rest of the season. And yeah, Panthers won that 19-14. Next game, Bengals and the Vikings. This is a really interesting one though. This one was really good.
My boy Joe's looking good.
I was in the Bengals looking good. I'll give him that.
Joe Burrow is looking really good.
Joe Mixon, that dude there, he is nice. He's a nice running back.
He is, man. 29 carries, 129 yards, 1 tub. What'd you say?
I'll just say he's just a very nice running back.
Yeah, Vikings. Kirk Cousins, man, he's always hit with a question mark. But he went for 151 yards, 2 tubs.
He didn't do too bad.
A whole lot of punts, though, to start in the fourth quarter. A whole lot of 3 and outs. They couldn't capitalize. The Vikings couldn't capitalize on the points, on the punts back, and no picks thrown, which is good for both these both these quarterbacks. Devin Cook, honestly, with only 61 yards in that game, you know, they got lucky. Janoris Jeffries only 71 receiving yards. Adam Thielen with only 29. Here we go, 92 yards. Well, I mean, there's still a lot that can happen, like with this offense. This is a really high-powered offense. They can be a really high-powered offense. But I think Kirk Cousins might be the question mark here. I do. I don't know what it is.
Kirk Cousins.
But he just doesn't know how to pick his team out. Like, you have all these insane receivers and really good, like a world-class, probably one of the best running backs in the league, and you can't beat the Bengals. Not saying the Bengals are terrible because they look really good these days. But I think they should be met with a little bit more class than that.
I'm just like confused because like When has Kirk Cousins ever like showed me something, bro? Like
Never.
you mean to tell me like every team you go to, like you can't do nothing for real? Like
And for him to get that much money,
you feel
for
and
a
like
whole
it's like
lot of
teams
nothing.
are still paying him, you know?
Yeah. Oh, they're going to be paying him. I think it's like a 6-year deal
They
worth
still
like
willing to pay
$92
him
million.
regardless.
Ridiculous.
Regardless.
Yeah,
Hey,
but the
Kirk Cousins don't even like football for real. He don't practice off the field. he go home and play Madden.
I promise you. But let's talk about the Bengals though. Joe Burrow,
My
20 for
boy Joe looked
27,
really good, bro.
261 yards, 2 tubs. Joe Mixon, like Elijah was saying, looks really good. Jamar Chase looked great with 101 yards. T. Higgins looks really good. Tyler Boyd, they have a really electric offense as well. If their defense can work, then because they put up 29 points, 27 points.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like their offense can do something. I think a whole bunch of defenses just took the weekend off.
It's just defense.
And still thought it was the preseason. Because 26 points, 20, like an average of 26 points being like scored in the first game of the season. I don't know about that. You gotta get those points down. Defense ultimately always wins the games. That is a true statement of the day. But
Awesome.
yeah. How about y'all feel? Anything else about y'all on these two?
Nah.
I'm good, man. Smooth on the Bengals. The Bengals.
The Bengals. Their jerseys yesterday was fire though. Not gonna lie to you. The all white jerseys, cold.
Mm-hmm.
This game, man, Arizona Cardinals and the Tennessee Titans.
Oh my gosh, we ain't gonna talk about that game.
I want to start about this game.
Oh my gosh. Whoa.
I do want to start with this game. I think the Tennessee Titans were met.
Disappointments.
I think they were met with a really good defense from the Cardinals. I think that, and it's the first game of the season. I'm gonna let them go walk away with this, but I'm not gonna bash them too much, because JJ Watt.
You're not.
Hold on, let me finish. JJ Watt, Chandler Jones, and that front defensive line from the Arizona Cardinals put that Titans team in a blender and just stuck them right there. Like they couldn't do anything. They don't have a single receiver over 100 yards. Derrick Henry, one of the best backs in the league, had 58 yards. Let that sink in. Let that sink in on how good the Cardinals defense was. And their offense was even more insane, putting up 28 points. Kyler Murray had 4 touchdowns, 289 yards. Man, I got nothing else to say. Like the Cardinals looked like a complete team. They looked like they were ready, and it looked like they came to win the game.
The offense came to play.
Yes, and their defense as well, stopping the Tennessee Titans, which was a really explosive offense last season. To just 13 points at home. 13 points at home. Let that sink in.
Oh, can I comment on something real quick?
Go ahead, I'm done.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Let that sink in that, my man Tannehill had interception and 2 fumbles. Let's let that sink in. They're bad. They're terrible.
That's 3 turnovers. He's gonna get on Trevor Lawrence.
3
gotta get on
turnovers for the Cardinals just to score.
And nowadays, I feel like turnovers are more important than ever because teams, if you know how to capitalize, like you said, like if you have a high power offense, them turnovers gonna turn into points.
Yeah, I agree. But it was also
another thing, like they picked up Julio Jones. You expecting to see Julio Jones get out there and do good.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna comment on that real quick. Julio Jones is in his mid 30s. He's not Julio in his prime. He's not in his prime anymore. Let's be honest. He's not. So let's not do that.
Yards for you. He's still gonna give you them yards.
Sure, he's still a good player, but he's not great. But Tannehill had 2 fumbles and a pick. Listen, it's the first game of the season, and that defense was really good. They had 2 turnover on downs, a missed field goal, a pick, and some fumbles. It just wasn't a good day for the Texans. For the Titans, in my opinion, just wasn't a good day.
It wasn't. It was bad.
Yeah, but like we just said, man, this NFC West looks scary with the Cardinals putting up 38 points. Whew. It's gonna be a long season, y'all. It's gonna be a long season. Moving on.
But entertaining.
Oh yes, very. moving on to another NFC West game. The 76ers, 49ers, and the Lions. 49ers put up 41 points to the Lions 33 points. That sink in.
That's 70-something points right there.
Man, the defense took a nap this game.
Big nap.
Defense took a nap.
Taking a nap.
And the NFC West just is working out yet again.
They made the Lions look goated.
Honestly, let's look at the Lions. Let's look at Jared Goff, man. Jared Goff new to the scene. 338 yards for his new offense in Detroit, with 3 touchdowns and one pick. That's not bad. I mean, that's a good starter game for your new team. TJ Hawkinson looks really good with 97 points. DeAndre Swift coming in second and receiving with 65 yards. And I don't know, this 49ers team, let's talk about them real quick, man. Jimmy Garoppolo, 314 yards, 1 tub. Eli Mitchell, 104 yards, 1 touchdown, 19 carries. He's a rookie, I think, if I'm not mistaken, and looked phenomenal. He looked really good. Debo Samuel, the South Carolina boy, 189 yards, 1 touchdown, 7 receptions. Talking about goated, huh?
He had 9 receptions.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I thought you said 7.
Oh, 9 receptions. It looked fantastic. George Kittle, 78 yards, 4 receptions. Like, this team looks really good. I saw they were doing some switch packages where they brought in Trey Lance as well. He threw for a touchdown in this game. Just all in all, a good game for the 49ers for the first game of the season. Their defense needs to tighten up a little bit more, but it's also Jared Goff still picking them apart. So we'll see how it looks. We'll see what else we got.
I got a quick question.
Yeah.
Do y'all think that is low-key kind of harder to play defense, like especially now?
Nowadays, yes, 100%.
I feel like it is too. Like especially
weapons, talent, all that. So it's hard.
And then is that aspect of it too. Like you have offensive players that are just like
goated,
rawly talented, but then it's just like the rule side of it too. I feel like defense is more restricted more now than
it's
ever.
It's soft.
It's soft, bro.
I think
they can't play how they want to, really. So,
I think for another reason, like if you look at it, defense has always been a harder position to play. That's why they get paid the most.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why the cornerbacks get paid the most. Because offense, you're running a route. You're doing what you're told. If we're gonna be blunt, defense, you have to mimic whatever that man does. You have to guess about his next 5, 6, 7, 8 steps. And so defense is gonna be harder. I think there will be a lot more high-scoring games, but you will also see the elite defenses step up every game and hold their opponents to 3 points. But
it's gonna show who really be doing their thing on defense.
Heck yeah. I mean, if you hold any offense to 3 points, then you'll see what happens. But I mean, that's moving on to the next game, man. We got the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Bills.
Now that's a disappointment right there. I was disappointed at the Bills.
He was disappointed.
I mean, for us just saying what we just said, this was a defensive showing by the Steelers, shutting down a very, very, very high-powered offense in the Bills, right? Like
you saw one of the best wide receivers on a team.
I mean, they stopped one of the best receivers in the league. They stopped one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and they just Bills at home. Actually, the Steelers didn't allow the Bills to get momentum, to get a rhythm, and to capitalize on that rhythm.
Can I comment on that?
Yeah, go ahead.
You know what I also seen though? The Bills O-line. Oh my gosh, they are. I'm gonna be honest. They even showed that they was terrible in the postseason anyway. So yeah, I don't know. I think they need to work on their O-line as much as they can. I think they should have been their main focus in the drive. Yeah,
but at the same time, Steelers has been rebuilding this defense from the old with Troy Polamalu, like that Troy Polamalu led defense for forever. And so I think now they have a lot of young players and a lot of veteran players that that knows how to play football, that knows how to, be a great defense. And I'm loving it. Like, I'm loving the Steelers defense again, man. I love watching them some hard-hitting, scary defense, because that's what they're doing, and that's what they're bringing back to with that team and Mike Tomlin, who's been coaching for feels like 30 years now.
It's back to what forever.
It's back to what he's done well, and that's hold a team to under 20 points. Yeah, but Josh Allen, I feel like he needs to get back into that rhythm. I think it was a hard defense to play against for your first game of the season. But
Steelers didn't do too good on offense as well.
Yeah, no, I just want to say
defense as well picked up. So
yeah, I mean, Ben Roethlisberger is not good. He's pretty much washed at this point in his career.
He's been washed.
I mean, for the past 3 years, I completely agree.
He's been washed. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, we'll see. These defenses and offenses, week one, some people didn't show up, some people did show up. Yeah, Steelers defense looks really good though. Hopefully the Bills can bounce back next week. Who we got next? We got the Philadelphia Eagles and the Atlanta Falcons.
Falcons, just pack it up. Pack it up. Just pack it up.
He said pack it up.
Dan Quinn, and y'all still ain't doing good. Y'all still ain't producing. Oh my gosh. I think they need to pack it up. I think they still haven't recovered from that Super Bowl loss. Ever since that Super Bowl loss, they just been terrible. It's terrible.
The one like 5 years ago?
It's not like they don't got people. I don't know. It's just terrible.
Honestly, I completely agree. I think they still think they in halftime and they're still celebrating. But for them to put up 6 points on the Eagles, Eagles aren't
let's
great.
not say the Eagles bad now.
They're not great. You're gonna call the Eagles great?
Eagles not bad though.
I'm not saying they are.
A lot of injuries and people's coming back, and they also got rid of Wentz. Jalen Hurts looking pretty good. So.
Jalen Hurts looked fantastic. 264 yards, 3 touchdowns.
They also got people too now.
I'm not saying they're terrible. I'm not. But at the same time, the Falcons at least should have put up a little bit more. The Falcons defense allowed 32 points. 32 points. That's dreadful. That's terrible. And someone needs to get fired.
And they never scored.
No, they didn't score a single point. They had 2 field goals.
They had field goals, right.
In the first and second quarter. Y'all didn't score any points.
They didn't even score second half. They didn't score nothing second half.
That's poor.
It was done.
But yeah, Jalen Hurts looked really good. Matt Ryan looked like a clown. Sam Mills looked good. Jalen Hurts also ran for 62 yards, which is fantastic. Devontae Smith, 1 touchdown, 71 yards. Jalen Rager, 40 or 50, almost 50 yards, 1 tub. It looked like a good, solid offense. Spread the ball around, score the ball to get some points. And their defense looked good. I mean, compared to 6 points being their defense must have looked good. Somebody had to. But yeah, that's about all I got for that one. That's just, I don't know. Falcons will probably be last in NFC South this year again.
Falcons, just give it up.
Yeah, big game alert. Chiefs and the Browns.
Yeah, that was a good game.
Man, Chiefs going down.
Pat Mahomes did it again.
Listen, Chiefs going down
again.
Chiefs going down 12 points at half.
That man, Pat. He showed up second half.
Yeah, and honestly, I saw that they were down 12 points, and I was like, oh, he'll come back. And that's how great that team and he is. If you don't even have to think about them coming back, then that shows that they are on a different level, and it shows that they just aren't. They can't be touched. Tyreek Hill had almost 200 receiving yards.
Different breed.
200 receiving yards.
Different breed.
That's unheard of.
Can't forget about the powerhouse, Kelsey.
Travis Kelsey had 76 yards, 2 tubs.
He's going crazy, bro.
Man, it's crazy.
They still got the offense. They still got the offense.
100% do. But their defense is still on the questionable side.
Shaky.
That's always their problem, though, is their defense.
Yeah.
But let's look at the Browns. Baker didn't disappoint.
Baker didn't have good. He had the yards, but he didn't have a good game.
No, he had a great game. He just had two. He just had 2 mistakes. He just had 2 mistakes that costed him the game. He had the interception, which he tried to throw out of bounds, but it was picked off. He should have went down and take the sack. Because you had a timeout, and honestly, you could have won the game
But
Or just
when they
getting the
had
ball
the
down.
possession the last round, that was just bad on him. It was just
Yeah,
bad.
I mean, he had that bad mistake, and
He was
then
rushing.
he just didn't capitalize on getting the ball back to win the game.
He was rushing.
The Chiefs are a team where they're gonna be good for a long time. Let's just call a spade a spade. They're like the Patriots, like through the 2000s. That's what they can be, and they can form a dynasty like that.
Not against the Bucks.
Odell Beckham is still hurt.
Yeah, he's injured.
I need Odell to get back on the floor, man.
I need him to get back on that field too, man.
You feel me? We need to make football entertaining again, bro.
For real. I think Browns would be better if he back on that field anyways.
No, he won't. They won't. That man's not good. Stop.
He would have contributed. And I guarantee you, if they had Odell and in that fourth quarter and that minute left, I guarantee you he would have got a play. I guarantee you he would have helped the Browns get a touchdown.
Let's stop it.
Are you crazy? Did you just say Odell is not good?
Okay, let me rephrase that. Let's stop catering to these dudes, man. Let's stop.
It's not catering.
Odell had one good catch, and he's the best in the league.
Wow.
Let me finish.
What?
Let me finish.
Don't play what? No, that was the best
like
catch,
that.
but he had a lot of catches. He helped
Let me
the Giants
finish.
out
Can
a
I
lot.
finish? Can I finish?
Are you tripping?
Can I finish?
You dumb?
Can I finish?
Don't play with Odell like that.
Injured.
Odell was
Injuries hold people back. Injuries hold people back. But keep going. Speak how you feel, man.
Odell was the only receiver on that Giants team, so the ball had to go to him. It's not a matter of who else was it going to. He was the only person.
But nobody could have stopped it. Nobody could have stopped it.
Okay.
So what about the Browns? Because I mean, he made plays. I mean,
Exactly.
Bro, honestly, Odell.
And Browns also have good people too. So
outside of Odell's hands in general, like just after the catch, like he is dangerous, bro. Like he is dangerous.
He's gonna make you dance.
He's gonna make you dance.
He's gonna make you tired.
He's on par with Stephon Diggs. Yes.
He is.
Under Stephon Diggs. I think Stephon's better.
I'll take Stephon too. No, I'll take Stephon too.
Okay.
I'll take more.
Because let's look at production. Let's just be honest. Let's call spade a spade. Let's look at production of the two.
Diggs, you know about Diggs. You know he do the Saints dirty. You know about him.
You don't have to bring that up. There was no point to bring that up. But anyways, Stephon Diggs is just honest. He does it the right way. I know he got forced out of the Vikings, or he forced himself out of Vikings, but that organization was crumbling anyway. Yeah. And he's honestly producing really well in Buffalo. But when it comes to Odell, he struggled at the Browns. Like he's had a couple games where he's been great, but he's been hurt for almost a season and a half.
Injuries.
I'm not saying that's I'm not gonna disallow that. Yes, he got hurt. That's why he's not playing. But when he was on the field as well, he wasn't getting targeted as much as he wanted to, and he was frustrated, and he had a problem with Baker because he wasn't getting the ball.
He was frustrated. He was throwing a lot of temper tantrums on the side.
Okay, he's not good for the locker room. He's gonna whine if he doesn't get the ball, and he's gonna complain.
You know why? Because he's the best. He feel like he's the best, so why not target?
Because that's okay. Back to the Cam Newton reference. That's an ego. You can't have an ego whenever you can't produce.
Or he's just used to, like you said, he's just used to getting the ball all the time. So now that, you know what I'm saying, it's a different field.
So, yeah.
I mean, do y'all feel that he should be treated like that, though? Like he should be, okay, every play goes to him.
If Browns want to make it to the playoffs and want to do good and make it to the playoffs every year, I think they should go on and put it in Odell's hands. If they want to make it every year at least. Or make it to the Super Bowl. Put it in Odell's hands.
That would never happen.
At least they made it to the postseason.
They did.
How long have it since they made it?
And guess who didn't play? Guess who didn't play?
Odell, because he was injured.
My point. So they don't need him. Move on. Next game.
If he was there, I guarantee you they would have beat the Kansas. They've been holding up against the Kansas for a minute now. Brown's been doing good against them. So
yeah, they did.
Cool,
I mean, also the Chiefs' defense just isn't good. That's the problem. But next game, my favorite game of the week. Saints versus Packers.
That gotta be the next game. That could have been that could have been another game.
We got 3 more games.
You're not even going down the list because I'm looking at the list.
We are. I am. I
That's not
have
even
one,
facts
two.
on mine.
I have 4 more games left. Anyways,
Not on mine.
irrelevant.
Not on
Saints
mine.
versus the Packers.
You just want to talk about it and feel good about yourself.
Hey.
I let him feel good.
Can I
let him
talk?
get this one.
Let me have it.
Go ahead.
Saints won the 38-3. Saints stopped the MVP of last season and held him to 3 points. Picked him off twice, and he had about 50, like 50% completions. I am more than happy. Saints held Devontae Adams only 56 yards. Listen, my Saints defense has, always been questionable. Our cornerbacks have always been the problem. Let me finish. Our cornerbacks has always been questionable. But Jameis Winston put up 5 passing touchdowns on the Green Bay Packers.
Mm-hmm.
That
And
boy Jameis.
Listen, and Alvin Kamara only had.
I would say by Packers' mistakes.
Let me finish. Alvin Kamara only had 83 yards. Let's just imagine if he was having a 100-yard game. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, I don't even want to. I got so much time I don't even want to say.
Anyways.
Saints didn't even utilize all of their, receiving core. I think the Saints played really well is because of the interceptions that Aaron Rodgers threw. So I just want to thank you for him.
Errors.
I want to thank him for
I got to tell you about for errors. Let's get that clear.
I want to thank him for throwing interceptions, because put the Saints in good field goal. Good range. I'm just happy. I have nothing to be upset about. Saints are 1-0 after beating, Green Bay Packers by 35 points. That's all I got to say. I'm done. You want to have that, Elijah?
No, we switching. Can we go to another game? I don't care
no,
about this
Darron, you got anything to say about this game?
I don't care about this game.
Darron, you got anything to say about this game?
I'm not. All I'm gonna say, the whole Packers team did bad. Defense didn't show up. Defense was just terrible. Offense, we were just, I don't know what was going on. I felt like it was kind of Rodgers' fault, but let's move on.
I just feel like if I don't know, like I feel like Aaron Rodgers
it was just playlist mistakes.
Yeah. I just feel like he's at a point in his career where like I feel like I want him to, it's like a Russell Westbrook situation. It's like I want him to win, but it's just like sometimes he just does, like you said, like it's no other way to put it, just does stupid things sometimes, like
make careless things. And then it's all nonchalant with him when he do it. Let's move on.
It is.
I'm disappointed in Aaron Rodgers. And I fuck with Rodgers hard. That's one of my people. But he disappointed me that game. He threw that game for us, it looked like, because he wasn't even playing. He made plays that he usually know that he's not going to make. Like, it was just careless plays back to back to back with him. So let's move on.
Listen, I would say this one more thing real quick.
Let's move on. I don't want to talk about this no more.
When you look at like these teams,
Davion, I don't want to talk about it no more.
When you look at like these goats, like Aaron Rodgers, and back when Drew Brees played last season, and Tom Brady, it's like, they are getting up in age where you like expect them to be so good, but whenever they have a bad game, you can always put it back on the age, And so, Aaron Rodgers being 36, they're almost 37 years old. It's like, how much time does he have? Or is it because he wants to leave Green Bay that he's playing this bad? Or, so many different factors. But I don't know. I want to move on before Elijah start crying. Saints, who that? 1-0. Panthers next week. Next game. This was a pretty basic one as well. Broncos versus the Jets. Giants. I don't know, man. Daniel Jones, I do love Daniel Jones. I really do. I don't think they should have picked him. Don't get me wrong. I think that was a terrible pick. But I do really want him to do good because Daniel Jones played here in Charlotte, actually. I actually know his head coach who coached him. Super nice dude. But he's not producing. He's not doing what he needs to do. You know what I mean? And
Daniel Jones is from Charlotte. That's crazy.
yeah, he played at Duke, but he went to Charlotte.
He went to Charlotte.
Catholic, the red one. Catholic.
Yeah. Latin.
Yeah. But yeah, his numbers aren't terrible. Saquon is still hurt, honestly. Let's be honest. Saquon's still not 100%. Only
26 yards.
Yeah, that's poor. Sterling Shepard though with 113 yards, he was finding the ball from Daniel Jones a lot. But the Broncos, Big Teddy, 264 yards, 2 tubs. Melvin Gordon, 100 yards. Jerry Jeudy, 72 yards. He was also carted off the field too.
Teddy said, "Forget the Panthers."
Yeah, right. Forget the Saints too. But yeah, Teddy's he's filling in that role well. He's looked good. I wish him the best. Not much to talk about for this game.
Yeah, last game.
2-3 more games now. We got the Dolphins and the Patriots. Wow.
Last game. Last game.
Hold on, let's talk about this real quick. A defensive showing for both of these teams.
Defense, yeah. It was a defensive game.
Mac Jones starting his first game. Tua playing 202 yards. Chubb in the pick. Mac Jones didn't throw a pick, but he threw 1 touchdown. Whole lot of nothing. Whole lot of defense. It's 16-17. I think this is what we call right here the week 1. Like
I have a question.
Everyone's tired of football already. What?
I know it's false. I even know it's false. But I was hearing people say it. You think he'd be the next Brady for the Patriots or nah?
I don't know. I think I don't think he could ever be Tom Brady. No, I'm gonna say that. He will never be Tom Brady. But I do think he has potential to be a very, very good quarterback in this league. Because of how smart he is. And honestly, let's look at where he was coached at. He was coached at Alabama, one of the smartest men in the world. Football coaches in the world. Now he has Nick Saban, now Bill Belichick. You can't ask for anything more than that. Like, he can be a very, very good quarterback in this league. Will he ever meet Tom Brady? I don't think so. He could probably win a Super Bowl one day, but he would never be Tom Brady.
That's asking a lot of him,
even that question is asking a lot from him. So I think we shouldn't give him that big of shoes to fill. But I do think he's good. He's a good quarterback. He's better than Cam Newton for sure. Next game. This is a pretty interesting one. Rams and the Bears. Ooh. Bears should have started Justin Fields, in my opinion. Andy Dalton's pile of garbage. He should be done.
He washed up.
Yeah, Justin Fields should start next game. I don't know what they're doing in Chicago, but
you talking about the Rams though?
No, yeah. Matthew Stafford. Woo. Matthew. 321 yards, 3 touchdowns. He was airing that.
But you gotta realize, offense. He got offense around him. He got threats. He got people.
And he has a really good coach as well. One of the smartest young coaches in the league.
I guess the Lions was holding him back.
Yes, I mean, listen to what you just said. It's the Detroit Lions. Pile of garbage.
That's true.
But yeah, Bears are going to be garbage. I mean, Bears going to be terrible too if they don't start Justin Fields, in my opinion. But the Rams back again with the NFC West, man. 34 points. All 4 of these teams. These are going to be some big games.
Crazy? You want to know something crazy? Those 4 teams in the NFC West all have great offense,
and they all had over 30 points in week 1.
And they sure did. So
it's gonna be a rough when those division games start. I'm gonna be watching all of
those
those
games. It's gonna be good games.
Exactly, that's what I'm gonna watch.
It's gonna be good games. I can't wait for the Cardinal one, the Rams. Yeah. I can't wait for all of them. So yeah.
Yeah, Cooper Kupp had 108 yards, 1 tub, played well. Yeah, not much to talk about. It's a blowout, 20-point blowout. It's over. And the game from last night.
That was a good game.
This game from last night was really good.
Yeah, it was a good game. Disappointed with the Ravens, but it was a good game. Raiders showed out.
Oh, I just saw Derek Carr threw the ball 56 times. Boy, oh boy, that shoulder gonna be hurt today. But yeah, this was a really good game. Lamar Jackson, listen. Should I say it? Y'all know what I'm about to say.
What are you about to say?
Lamar can't throw.
Oh, we know that.
Can't throw.
He's not the best. He's
You know
not the
that.
best quarterback.
But-
He's not the best throwing quarterback.
But
Running,
running,
he's-
right? I was about to say he like
Running.
that
He
now.
had
He
86
get
that's a
yards.
them
different
yards.
dude, bro.
He gonna get them
That's what I'm
carries, them yards for you now.
For sure. But yeah, Derek Carr 2 touchdowns, a pick, 435 yards. Just airing that thing out, man. Just airing
Let's
it
talk
out.
about that wide receiver Darron Waller now.
The tight end, Darren Waller. Yeah.
Hey, that's my cousin. I ain't gonna lie.
Darren Waller's a baller. Like,
Yeah.
for
He's
real,
going
for real.
crazy.
Baller. And he's on my fantasy team, and I needed him to go off last night, and he went off, and I won like
He
3
helped you
games.
out.
I won like 3 different games because of how good he was.
Yeah.
So
I
yeah.
have a question.
Yes, sir.
Lamar Jackson or Cam, not throwing wise, running wise, because you
In
know
their
Cam
prime? In their prime?
in their prime.
Probably Cam.
Yeah.
Cam. Yeah.
Cam was doing some crazy stuff for his side.
Cam would run you over and look back and smile at you.
And then juke
True.
and then
They
juke
juke
your
you out.
teammate out.
He was
Exactly.
trucking people. He was trucking people. He tall. I mean,
Yeah,
tall.
he's actually a big dude. He's like 5. Oh, there goes the voice. He's like 6'5", if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this game it finished like the first half was garbage. But the second half finished really well. Going into overtime and put on a show for everybody on the first Monday night. It was a good game. But yeah, that's it from week 1 recap, man. Let's talk about next week, man. I'm gonna go through the games next week, and we're gonna say which team.
We're gonna go through quick. We're not gonna explain. We'll explain
next week. We'll explain next week about our results. So Giants and the Washington football team.
Washington.
I say Washington.
We're all in Washington. Raiders and the Steelers. Ooh.
Steelers. No.
Steelers.
Steelers.
I think Steelers because of their defense.
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say because of their defense.
We gonna have to see. Man. We gonna have to see. I'm kind of on the fence.
Pick one, boy. Come on, you gotta pick one. Come on.
I guess I'm gonna go with the Steelers. But I don't know, bro. It could really go either way on that one.
Oh, 100%. This gonna be a good one here. Both two high-power offense from week 1. 49ers and the Eagles. Woo.
49ers.
Ooh.
49ers.
Okay, so I'm on the fence here. Let me tell you why real quick. Eagles held the Falcons to 6 points, which means that a defensive front must have been good enough for that.
You gotta realize the Falcons are not a team.
You're right. I agree. I'm just saying, but like that's from my
to
mind.
Really
I'm going to
base their defense off of.
So, all right, 49ers. I'm going 49ers anyway.
I'm going 49ers.
It's gonna be a good game though. It's gonna be a good defensive showing for both teams. It's gonna show how the offenses look with strong defenses against them. Texans and the Browns.
Browns.
I'm going with the Browns.
Yeah, Browns. Unless the Texans do something magical and show us something we've never seen before. Broncos and the Jags.
Another dub for the Broncos.
Yeah, Broncos are gonna go 2-0.
Easy.
Saints and the Panthers.
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 You want to bet? Y'all want to bet?
Panthers.
Easy. Panthers gonna blow them out.
Panthers.
How much money you want to put on it?
I'm not betting on it. That's not my team.
Darren?
That's his team. So
I put bread up right now. I got 50 right now for you.
Hey man.
Don't play with me, bro.
We just gonna have to see. You know what I'm saying? The Saints might surprise me. They might
Saints,
surprise me.
I say Saints 24-9.
No.
Oh, you put a score on it. 24-9?
Oh, 24-10. 24-10.
Relax.
Rams and the Colts.
Rams. I'm going Rams.
That high-powered offense.
I'm gonna go Rams.
That high-powered offense gonna blow the Colts up, man.
Rams.
Bills and the Dolphins. It's a division. It's a division.
Bills
will win this one.
Bills.
Patriots. Jets.
Always got defense. Don't get me wrong, but Bills.
Yeah, Patriots. Jets. Patriots.
Joke with the Patriots.
That's a tough one. Y'all saying Patriots?
Well, I am. Yeah.
I say Patriots.
I'm on the fence. If I had to choose, I'd say Patriots too, but I don't know. That could go either way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a division game as well. They always play good against division games. Bengals and the Bears. Bengals.
The Bengals.
She a mess. Falcons, Bucks. Falcons gonna get blown up.
Bucks. Oh, sweet blowout.
Yeah, Falcons about to get blown
Back it
up.
up.
Actually, put some Falcons. Darron. Hello,
You there?
Darron.
You there?
Darron Lee.
Yo, can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
Hey, I'm tweaking. Wait, who's the teams?
Falcons and the Bucks.
Falcons and the Bucks.
Yeah.
Oh, that's easy. What?
Maybe the
Are you?
I don't know, bro.
What? Well, it is a division game. Those games always.
Feel me? Like those games be different.
I agree.
Bro.
I agree with that.
Different.
I got Bucks.
At first, I would say the Bucks, but like you just never know, bro.
Yeah.
That's
Bucks
true.
Gonna win, though. Vikings and the Cardinals.
That's gonna be an offensive game, but I'm going with the Cardinals.
Are you serious? I think the Cardinals are gonna blow Vikings up.
They're not gonna blow them out.
I think they will.
They're not.
I'm going with the Vikings
too.
Vikings.
I'm going with the Cardinals.
I got Cardinals. The Redbirds.
Yeah.
This next game will be good. Titans and the Seahawks.
I'm going with my boy Russ.
I'm gonna say I don't know on this one.
You got a pick? I don't know either, but I'm gonna pick.
I'm gonna just say good game. It's gonna be a good game.
I'm going with my boy Russ, man.
I'll go with the Titans. I go Titans because you remember like back in like school, you know, when you played basketball in gym class or whatever, and you know y'all get beat one day on Monday, and then you just waiting around for Wednesday to blow the team out.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's gonna be a blowout. I think the Tennessee Titans want to show that okay, last season wasn't a fluke, and we want to like show y'all that you know last week it was just we were still young and we didn't know what we were doing yet. But I think they can. It's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a good game there.
I'm gonna get let's see. Oh no, next one.
Cowboys and the Chargers.
Cowboys.
It's gonna be a good
Cowboys.
game. Chargers.
I'm going with the Cowboys. You feel me?
Chargers.
Dak had a good game, a field game, and I'm gonna believe in him with some more. So I feel like when their Cowboy play good. So
Yeah.
I'm going with Cowboys.
I'll probably go Chargers. I like Justin Herbert a lot, so we'll see. Think he could be a future MVP in this league. Chiefs. Chiefs and the Ravens next week.
Chiefs.
Yeah, Chiefs gonna blow them out. Not blow
them
out.
I don't know about a blowout. Yeah.
My boy Patty.
Chiefs.
Yeah, Chiefs.
And you know about the last game, so let's talk about the last game.
Packers Lions Monday night.
Packers. We back in the game. Packers.
Lions.
Packers.
I got Lions.
I know you got Lions for a reason, but it's cool.
No, what my reasoning is because Packers defense looks shaky and Jared Goff just dotted up.
That was a game. That was just a game.
Dotted up. What team was this?
That was just a game.
No, it wasn't just a game. They're gonna
Game.
Anyway,
Packers.
We'll see. Packers could win.
You know why you chose Lions, but
Packers should win. How about that? They should win, yes. But that's it for me. That's all. Our recap for week 1. Thank y'all for stopping by. Thank y'all for listening.
Of course,
we'll try to do this every week. We'll try to have a football podcast go up every Tuesday. And tomorrow, me and Elijah will be doing a soccer podcast as well. That'll go up every Wednesday. And this,
can't wait tomorrow.
So this is, that's what we're looking at right now. Thank y'all for stopping by. I've been the host, Davion.
I'm Eli.
Big CTB. You call me Darron, though. You feel me? Like, this really podcast, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know.
Hey, thank y'all for listening, man.
All right.
Through the